Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Blessed2Craft Designs. Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because I'm getting ready to bring y'all another chunky throw, okay? A chunky yarn throw, and I'm gonna be doing the hand knitting. I started this towards the end of last year, and I'm gonna keep doing it because one, I have a lot of fun making these. Two, it's extremely cold here. To me, anything below 70 is cold, and I know there are some places where it's like below 20, the wind chill factor. It's extremely cold, so I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to make blankets and throws to try to stay warm with all this cold weather that we're having right now. So this is the Walmart. I got this from, y'all see that right there. No, they are not sponsoring me. I have no deal with Walmart whatsoever, but I saw this yarn. I was planning on making a chenille chunky yarn blanket anyway, and I just happened to be in Walmart and I saw these, and I love the colors, the red, and this is kind of a gray color. And I thought, okay, that's going to be really pretty. So they were $5.98 a piece. I decided to pick up 6 of these, and I'm going to try to show you here. It does tell you on the outside how many you need. So I did get 6 of these, and then there's some stuff. I opened one already. You do have some instructions on the inside of how to make what you see right here, those 2 pictures. So I've already taken the liberty to open up one because I don't want this to be very long. It's super soft. And I like this so far because unlike the Murano type wool, the very first one that y'all watch me make, that probably is one of my favorite, but it sheds like crazy. And I'm going to do a little kind of review on all of them once I finish making all these blankets. But I heard about the chenille yarn and I said, well, let me try this. And like I said, when I walked into Walmart and I saw it, it's like it was calling out to me. So I'm like, let's do this. I want y'all to watch me make this blanket. So the only thing you're gonna need is your yarn. You'll probably need a ruler, definitely need a ruler if you're one of those people that measure. Y'all know how I am. And a pair of scissors, that's all you need. So the very first thing we're going to do is make the very first loop. Okay, so you just pull it like that. And then put your hand through it. Remember, this is hand knitting. Take your working yarn and then just pull it. And I like to leave a nice little tail at the end. This is so soft. And then I'm just gonna pull it to make it kind of tight, okay? And you need enough to where you're gonna be able to put your hand in. Now, some people might like their loops to be really big. I don't, because I just find like when I'm laying down on the sofa, my feet start going through the holes. So I don't really like them that loose. So I'm going to try to keep mine fairly small. Let me just measure this loop right here for you all. So I'm probably right at about 3 inches. Right at it, a little bit less than that, okay? But you can make them how big you want. And I'm gonna make my chain going across about 22 or 24. So I have one, this one, and once you do that, you see you just pull your hand through. There's the working yarn right there. You take your finger, pull through. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. You do want this kind of loose, and make sure you've got plenty of yarn, that it's not too tight. So I'm trying to count these as I go. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. You're getting a little bit too big, so I'm gonna make a little bit smaller. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so far that's 15. 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, you could stop at 20 if that was long enough for you. 21, 22. Let me see, because I might want to go a little bit longer. I'm going to go to 24. 3, and then if I count it right, this should be 24. Okay, so this is our first chain. Went all the way across was 24. Okay, and there's my tail. All right, so I'm gonna have to move some of this out the way, and then you just lay this flat. And what you're gonna do now is go grab one of the next one, like this is 24 right here. So you're gonna come back and grab this, because this is actually gonna go up. You're gonna make your rows going that way. So then you'll grab this and pull it through the next one, the one back, should I say. And give yourself plenty of yarn to work with, okay, so it's not pulling too tight. All right, so then you just continue to grab and pull through. This is really easy, you all. This is super easy. I promise. And they really are fun to make. If you watch my video of me making the scarf, I would have you to know there are so many mistakes in that scarf that I made, but I still wear it and I get a lot of compliments. That scarf was made out of the Loop-It, and I'm actually gonna probably do another one of those. I don't know. But I get so many compliments on it, even though, like I said, I messed it up. I have little loops everywhere because where I skip places in the rows and all that good stuff, but I still use it, and it's really fun making these scarves and blankets and everything. And this is something you can use. You can give it away. What an awesome gift this would be right now, like I said, with it being so cold. So you just find each hole, the top hole in each part of the chain that you did, and just pull through. Almost at the end. That is where we started off with right here. So there is the first row. And my table is kind of long enough, but I want to make sure you see it, what I'm doing. So now what we're gonna do, excuse me, I'm going to make another chain here, or I'll put another loop in the very first one, and that's going to be the start of the second row going across. Now this is where I have to be really careful with this, because for some reason I have a tendency to miss some of these little loops right here. I've done it, I didn't do it with the wool one, the vegan wool. so much, but the Loop It and the very first Merino wool one, well, Merino type wool, I missed one of these loops, and so there are ways to fix that, but I'm hoping that I won't make the same mistake with this one. You know, every time you do this, well, every time you do something, you hope to get better at it, right? That's the reason why we keep doing it, is to get better. This is so soft. All right, so then you just keep going all the way across, and I'm probably I'll speed this up a bit too. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to start on row 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then I'm gonna come back when I get ready to change colors. Okay, I'm back. I'm not quite ready to change out yet. I should be very soon, but I did want to show you. I'm gonna give a shout out to my co-worker, Miss Alicia, who told me about changing the direction that I do my loops. Because she's a knitter as well. She's a lot more advanced than I am, but she's been kind of mentoring me on how to do some of this and just giving me some tricks and little tidbits like that. But normally what I did was a row of 4, and now I'm going to change up. Instead of going behind like this, I'm going to go in the front. This will kind of change the pattern of it just a little bit, and it will also, she said, it kind of keeps it from raveling a little bit, because one thing I have found is that mine, they like to curl up on the end, and I'm hoping to alleviate that. So we're going to try that. So just instead of going to the back, probably on the next 2 rows, I'm going to go through the front part like that, and then it gives it this cool, neat little pattern, and I'll show you that at the end as well. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I have made it all the way. This is as far as I could get, so I do have this much left in the first ream of chunky yarn. I was able to do 4 going the back, 2 going the front, and then another 3 going towards the back. And I had this much left. I was going to stop after I did 1 row going to the back, but then I had so much left, and I know I can't go all the way across with this, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I think I'm going to cut it about here, and then take the end to my next color. I'm going to take that loop out, and then all you do is just tie this together. You're going to tie it in a pretty good knot. And that's how simple it is to change your colors out. And I'm gonna pull it from the long direction first, and then pull the little short tabs. Okay, and just pull it, you know, really good. Don't pull too tight because you might snap the little piece of string that's in there. And then just cut these down a little bit more, so that way it kind of looks a little bit more uniform. Okay, so now that I know that that's going to be how much I could do, I'm going to use that same pattern with the red. So I'll do 4 going the back the way I first showed you. I'll do 2 going to the front, and then 3 going to the back again. So that will be my pattern. So I should have this, looks exactly like this in the red. Now I may decide to do, I haven't quite figured out if I want gray then red, or then, you know, maybe gray, 2 red, 2 gray, and then end it. I'm not quite sure how I want to do that yet, but I do know that I'm going to keep this exact same pattern that I just did with the gray one all the way out. Again, 4, 2, and then 3. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and let you see how it looks. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I'm just about finished, and this blanket is so pretty. Now let me show you the 2 things that I did, the 2 patterns. As you know, in the beginning I did the 4, I think the 4 going under, the 2 going over, and then I think I did 3 going under again. So I did the same pattern with the red, but then when I got to the middle, I did 1, so this is 1 ream of gray, 1 of red. I did 1 full ream of red, I keep saying ream, I think it's skein, I'm sorry. I did 1 full skein of red going over, that's why you see this pattern. I joined it with 1 skein of gray, and I went, well, I'm dropping my glasses. I went over 1 full skein of gray, and then I started back with the 3, 2, 4, and I'm almost, excuse me, I'm almost at the end. This is a really big blanket. I'm gonna finish, I'm gonna let you see me cast it off. I have this much left. Well, I have quite a bit left, and I'm not sure about casting this one off, so that's why I'm leaving a lot here to kind of cast off with. So we're gonna go ahead, and what you do, you take, this is your working wreath, y'all know I do wreaths. This is your working yarn, your working yarn right here. So this is the end loop right here. So you take the next one and you put these 2 together, and then you pull your working yarn through and make 1 loop. So I always say you got 1 plus 2, and then you pull this through to make 1, okay? And then you just do this straight across, 1, 2, and then 1, and that's how you're gonna wind up pulling it straight across, okay? So you have your 2 together, you pull your yarn through, okay? And see, that's That's how you're closing it up at the end. So that's why I kind of wanted to leave quite a bit of yarn to cast off with, because I wasn't quite sure how much with this one it would actually take to cast it off. All right. And I'm really impressed with this. It has made, that's the manufacturer actually did that. That's where they joined, I guess, two of the red together, but that's all right. It blends in really well. And I don't want it to be too tight at the top, because I do want it to have some stretch to it. All right. Okay. I'm really I really like this chenille yarn. I think this made a really pretty blanket. The colors are absolutely, that might have been a little bit too. And one of the things you do have to worry about, see, I'm pulling it kind of tight at some places, and then you will kind of lose your loops a little bit. So just be careful with that. Here we go. And that is one thing I noticed when you're making these, you do kind of lose your loops sometimes. So you kind of have to be careful. Now I know some people like to measure. I don't know if I was to do a blanket of this size, if I would sit there and kind of measure, I would think, because this took me a while to get done. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a change in I usually use the natural light, and it's a lot darker now than it was when I first started. So this has probably taken me well over an hour to do. All right, so this one, I'm getting ready to lose my loop right there, so I'm gonna fix that. Grab this one and this one. And that should have been a little bit more loose than it was, but it's okay, we're gonna work with it. All right, I'm gonna keep my work wreath behind. Grab these two, pull it through. And this is my end right here, so put these two together. And I probably could, because I have this much left, so I probably could have made another row, but that's okay. So I'm gonna cut about this much off. Okay, and that is the one loop that I have left over. So stick part in there and then pull. Okay, and then I would cut this off and then weave it through the rest of your blanket. So I'm going to spread this out a little bit so you can see it some more. I don't know how I can show you the whole thing. Okay, but this is the front part. Let's turn it over. This is actually supposed to be the front. So I'm going to turn it over this way. Move my chair. So I don't know, I kind of like this side too. You can see the pattern a little bit better here than on the other side. Okay, so see, you can see that. Isn't that pretty? And I love this part right here where the red and the gray, we have one row of each. I like the way that looks, and it's right there again too. So I like the way that looks. So let me see, I'm gonna take my camera off and pull this up a little bit so, and maybe stand back so you can see how big this is. Okay, so this is a pretty nice size throw right here. I thought it was going to be a little short, but I like it. I think it's perfect. I think it's the perfect size. And it just keeps going on and on and on. It looks shorter in this area because I think my weave got really tight in here. So it looks like it's shortened a little bit, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I counted and they're still all the same. It's still 20, I think it was 24 going across. So all right, that was another adventure that I enjoyed. I hope you did too. Thank you so much for joining my channel today and watching this video. If you decide to make a blanket like this, or if you have made blankets like this, please leave some comments down below. For those people like me who are new at this, or people who want to try to make these blankets, and just kind of give your ideas and some of the things that you've experienced making these blankets. They're really pretty. This cost me less than, well, right at about $25. So I think this is really nice. It would make a really great gift, birthday or Christmas. So that's kind of an idea early for Christmas 2019. Please make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you click the notification bell so you can continue to receive a notification when I upload the videos, and share on your social media. Come to my social media page, Facebook, Blessed2Craft Designs. I have a wreath making page, and please don't forget about my Pinterest page, which is still the same. Everything is Blessed2Craft Designs, and I'm probably going to post this on there as well. So thank you for joining my channel today. As always, be blessed.